team effort last night in New York. A.J. Cole delivered 6 strong innings for his first big league win. The offense, a few timely hits. The bullpen took care of the rest. Now Tanner Roark goes after the Mets on a September Saturday night at Citi Field. Welcome to Citi Field. The Nats fans know how to find the ballpark up here. Every time we come to New York, they're excited to see the Nats on the road against the Mets. And why not? They've dominated the division on the road, and that includes here in Flushing, New York. Bob and FP, welcome to the ballpark. Game 2. Tanner Roark tonight. Trey Turner, National League Rookie of the Month. Congrats to him. And I'm assuming that he got some votes for Player of the Month, too.
I voted for him for both. Truth be told, but Trey Turner, the difference this guy's made, an NL Rookie of the Month, I mean, that's kind of in the no-duh category with what he's done for this ball club. Imagine, Carp, if this guy was up all year. We'd be talking about him as NL Rookie of the Year and maybe even an MVP candidate based on what he's done.
All right, 20 stolen bases already has him in the top 9 with guys who've been running all year long. Then there's Tanner Roark. We never want to take him for granted, but Monday night in Philadelphia, pretty typical of what he does.
Yeah, just get him through the first inning when he's really amped up and he settles in. He did that against the Phillies last start. 7 shutout, gave up just 4 hits, struck out 5 fills, 100 pitches. Nobody there to high-five him, though. You got to tighten that up a little bit. But Tanner Roark with another gem. Going for his 15th win tonight. That would tie a career high. And the Nats are 15-4 in his last 19 starts.
He's been amazing. He pitches 7 more often than not. And that makes life a little easier on the bullpen since Tanner and Scherzer last couple of days have gone deeper into ball games. The bullpen at times has become unhittable.
Baker's dozen, 13 guys down there. He's got a lot of toys to play with, so we'll see what happens with the bullpen tonight. And there's a couple of pitchers in this game that need to buy a vowel.
Yeah, and it might be the setup guy. It might be the closer. One thing is no doubter, though. Since Mark Melancon's been here, everybody's back in their regular roles. They're all excelling. The defense is good behind him. And the Nats, last 4 games, 9 innings, no runs, 1 hit. Amazing success by the guys who pitched the second half of the game. jersey. You kind of knew she'd do that to throw out the first pitch, didn't you? From Coach Caroli's final 5, it's good enough to take another look.
That's a balk. I mean, it's definitely a balk.
Yeah, you call a balk on an Olympic champion.
She's a 3-pitch pitcher, fastball, slider, cartwheel. She throws the cartwheel pitch about 15% of the time.
Nice. Well, it's all about the Nats beating the Mets this year in the season series. 10 out of 14, they've won 7 of the last 8. And in typical fashion, on the road in the division, the Nationals are 6-2 here at Citi Field. FP, the Nats dealt with a lot of injuries last season. The Mets may be more than their share this time around.
Yeah, you're looking at some of the key ones on the screen right now. Terry Collins has had to deal with, but Wilmer Flores has been on the DL twice. Darno, Cabrera, Ruggiano, Cespedes, Reyes, all on the DL on top of that. So this club has really scuffled, keeping their players on the field, a lot like the Nats last year.
And meanwhile, Washington high-flying this year, and Bryce Harper really starting to heat things up. We're seeing him take the ball to the opposite field. He's been on base 18 of his last 19 and 25 out of 27 games. First pitch next. By PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. By visitannapolis.org. Create your moment at visitannapolis.org. And by Dominion. Depend on us for more than energy. Beautiful night in New York.
Check out this random kid. He just goes strolling through the batter's box out of nowhere. We're like, where's this kid from and where is he going? If he let off for the Mets, he would get on with a walk, no doubt.
73 degrees at game time. Just a little in terms of clouds. It's just beautiful here tonight. Humidity up a little bit from what it's been, but a gorgeous day in New York City. The Nats, everything looking good for them too now. Wilson Ramos starting to make some noise. Last night, couple of hits, 5 out of 16 in Philly and New York with 3 RBIs. Batting average at .314. Murph's up in the number 2 spot in batting average, batting third for the Nats, of course, at .341. So the numbers keep on coming, and we've got the rookie of the month leading off in Trey Turner. Here's another rookie, 23-year-old Robert Gesellman from LA.
A 5-1 loss last start on August 28th against the Phillies. Gave up 4 runs on 7 hits over 6 innings of work. Struck out 5 through 94 pitches, 64 of those for strikes. So two-seam fastball, 94-95. Slider, curveball change to complement opponents hitting .273 against the Mets rookie. And here's your Mets defense tonight. Cespedes, Conforto, Granderson in the outfield. Cabrera, Reyes left side. Flores, Loney right side. And Travis d'Arnaud behind the plate.
Mets are just 3 games over 500. And that's at home, too, even on the road. And now with last night's result, 10.5 games behind the Nats. Washington totally dominating the East. More on that in a little bit, but just amazing success on the road this year. And Trey Turner right in the middle of it all. He'll be trying to get on base for his 22nd game in a row. So Dusty's ball club, 24 games over 500 and looking for number 80 here tonight, trying to make it a 5-game winning streak. So Bryce ready. Murphy before him, Worth behind Turner, and here's Trey to lead off the game. Batting average, he checks in at .347. On base percentage, 20 points higher. Hey, that's a good sign. They're booing him in New York. Now they don't like him either. First pitch at 7-11. Strike call. Two for 4 last night. Backhand didn't work for the pitcher, and now Turner is out on a very close play as Wilmer Flores had to fight that ball a bit.
Well, I'm shocked that he got him. Usually any kind of bobble and Trey Turner's safe. Flores stayed with it nice. And I think they did get him. I don't think Gazelman touched it, but Trey Turner kind of peeking at the plate. Ooh, and his footwork at the end might have cost him. Good hustle, though.
Worth 0 for 4 last night. One of the few games lately he has not been on base. Jason's success kind of mirrors the team and vice versa. When the Nats win this year in those 79 games and the ones of those 79 in which he's played, he's been hitting just under .290 with an on-base percentage of over .380. Up the middle, that's not going to be catchable for anyone. So a couple of hacks early in the counts by the first 2 hitters.
Oh, there goes the no-hitter. Trey Turner let Jason Worth get that one tonight, barely. And Jason didn't like the first call. He thought it was inside, and he let Eric Cooper know. Second pitch, not a problem, base hit.
21-year veteran behind the plate, Eric Cooper, Jim Wolf, Adrian Johnson, and then Gary Cedarstrom. There he is, the crew chief over at third.
Looks like he stole one of Dusty Baker's toothpicks.
Murphy a walk, a steal, a single, and a run last night. And his average against the Mets this year actually went down. Started the series at .423 against New York pitching.
So they booed Turner, they booed Worth, they booed Murphy, they're going to boo Harper. And I think Anthony Rendon's where it lets up a little bit.
I'd boo them all if my team was 10.5 behind them.
Max Scherzer's not booing anybody.
Now Max will not be pitching here tomorrow night. Oh, 1 to Murphy, serves it the other way. Great placement. Runners safe all over the place. And James Loney saved a throw by Jose Reyes of maybe going into the dugout.
The magic wand of Daniel Murphy strikes again. Hit number 164 for Daniel hits Murphy. Watch this one. Just reach out, touch it. Nice play by Jose Reyes to keep it in the infield. That would have been down the corner, and who knows if Worth scores and Murphy gets to second. But beautiful piece of hitting once again by Daniel Murphy.
There's no place you can defend him. Yeah, he's looking over to Murphy saying, what's up with that?
Got a little crosstalk going on.
They used to be the up the middle guys together here. On the defensive side, here's Bryce Harper in a big spot early in the game. I loved the night he had last night. Sac fly, 2 opposite field doubles, 2 runs, a steal, and he gashed one to right center that ended up being caught. So the Nats have the rookie right off the stretch here. Ball 1. Bryce takes another one that misses.
It's a great take. He's seeing it big. That's a ground ball if you swing. And last night, I think one of his better nights, maybe since April. Every single at bat, he scored the ball up, minus the sac fly. But after that, there were missiles flying everywhere.
Way inside into low 3-1.
And when you start putting good at bats back to back and start to pile them up, that's when the hits start just happening. And we've seen flashes here or there where he's had 1 or 2 good at bats in a game, but last night, I think a huge step in the right direction for Bryce and the ball club.
Harper taking on 3-0, and the bases are loaded. And for Bryce, his 94th walk of the year. Big spot, obviously early for Anthony Rendon.
Let's see if he gets paid. Nope. See? Gotta take a break, I guess.
He can do something about that right here. Two-run single last night really opened up the game for the Nats. Murphy and Harper had each hit safely leading off the inning, and he took a 2-1 game and put the Nats on top by 3. And the breaking ball rolls outside, ball 1.
Jose Reyes come in and talk to Gazelman real quick, try to calm him down.
By Anthony Rendon, straight back it went, 1-1. Let's go inside the numbers, brought to you by Jeep. So Anthony among third basemen, first in doubles, and overall in the league he's 5th in that category, but ranking right up there with Nolan Arenado and the other good third sackers around the National League.
And 16 doubles after the All-Star break are tied for the most in baseball.
1-1 pitch. Rendon to center. Coming in a little bit, Conforto. Here comes Jason Worth. The throw will go to third. The Nats are on the board as they manufacture another run. And it's another first inning run for this ball club that has scored early in every game of this road trip.
Yeah, you're facing the Nats when that bullpen gate swings open. You better be ready to pitch. They like to score early and they like to score often in the first inning. Nice at bat by Anthony Rendon.
7 first inning runs now in the first 5 games of this trip. So Ramos could make it a crooked number again tonight, and they did that twice in Philly.
Did Anthony look like he just got out of the shower? His hair is still white.
Strike called to Ramos. Look at it.
Boy, that just becomes a product.
Don't change a thing though. 65 RBIs now. Whoa! And Wilson Ramos spun to his right and out of there. 1-1.
Kind of a delayed reaction by Wilson, but that was up around the tower, front shoulder area.
And he goes off speed inside, 2-1.
This is where, I mean, I'm looking at Curtis Granderson in right field. He's playing Wilson Ramos so shallow, like too shallow.
And Ramos gets jammed on that one, and the pitcher's going to catch it. Fair ball when he did. The Nats pick up a run on 2 hits, a walk, and a Rendon sac fly.
Baker's dozen, 13 relievers heading out to the bullpen. I mean, it's only the second night we've seen it, but it's quite a sight to behold. You don't see this very often. 13 relievers cruising across the infield and the outfield.
Asdrubal Cabrera is the hottest Met with the bat right now. 11 for 22, 6 home runs on this homestand they're in the middle of right now. And since the middle of August, just absolutely going crazy. 14 RBIs to go with the 6 homers. Jay Bruce not in the lineup tonight. Curtis Granderson is up into the cleanup spot. Michael Conforto gets a start in left field, and Travis d'Arnaud with James Loney at the bottom of the order. Here's Roark, 5-1 career against the Mets.
And back in the win column last start, August 29th against Philly, to go to 14-7, 2.87 ERA on the year. Went 7 shutout against the Phils, gave up just 4 hits.
Jose Reyes 0 for 1 against him. Reyes 288 for the Mets in 36 games. Shows bunt that had Rendon on the move, 2-0.
Harnessing the nervous energy, always key for Tanner Roark right out of the gate. And I'm not saying that is a bad thing. That's a good thing to be that way every start. You just have to make it work for you.
Three and 1. Tanner Roark misses on 4 of the first 5. Reyes 6 stolen bases in 8 attempts. Tanner gave up 1 hit in Philly on Monday night, first inning. A couple of strikeouts. It did take him 24 pitches to get through the first, but then he was almost unhittable the rest of the night. So here he comes, the dangerous Asdrubal Cabrera, left-handed, hitting .259, .274 overall, and he went deep here last night.
There's your defense tonight. Behind Tanner, Worth, Turner, Harper, your outfield, Espinosa, Rendon. Left side, Murphy, Zimmerman. Right side, Wilson, Ramos doing the catching. Who's the new guy?
All-American boy, clean-shaven Ryan Zimmerman. Nats, by the way, back tied for first in the league in errors fewest. Dodgers have made 61 now. And Tanner now missing again. It's 2-0. Danger on deck. Not even close.
It's a little quick right now. Rushing out there. Trouble finding his release point, obviously. Gotta slow things down. It'll be all right.
Now that he gets a strike, it is worthy to note Tanner Roark has thrown the second most ground balls for double plays this year in the league. 24 of them. Shift on Rendon in a shortstop position. Danny Espinosa up the middle to the right, and Murphy to pull. Inside the numbers, and here's what we're talking about. Only Carlos Martinez of St. Louis. They love ground balls in STL, don't they? Tyler Chatwood of Colorado, and that's a really good thing, pitching half the time at Coors Field. Out of play.
So did you hear Cespedes' walk-up song last night? He walks up the Circle of Life by the Lion King, the very first part of it. And the other night he had a walk-off home run against the Marlins to a guy in left field who caught it dressed in a lion outfit as Simba. And it's a pretty cool walk-up song, I think. Well, one of the better ones and most original I've heard this year.
Let's hope a guy with a red jersey catches something Cabrera might put in play here. 3-2, again another throw over. Reyes in standing up. The Mets are third from the bottom in the league in stolen bases. Reyes holding. Ground ball, Murphy. Who's going to turn it? Rendon. And there is the double play. 25th of the year for Tanner Roark. And that went 4-5-3 with Rendon approaching the bag.
Nicely channeled Bob Carpenter, who summoned that double play. But look at the rotation. Danny Espinosa just backing off, and then Anthony Rendon covering. Nicely done. Slide by Reyes might have been a double play either way. Did you see where he slid?
Yeah, playing it old style. Here's Cespedes hitting .319 in 20 career games against the Nationals, now that we see him on a regular basis. And against Roark, 1 for 9. Counts even, 1-1.
Not loving the mound right now. That double play's got to make him feel like he's in this game all of a sudden. Having trouble with his command, then kind of locks in, gets the ground ball. And he's got a different look on his face after that double play.
Target in. Cespedes to the left side. Anthony Rendon's going to have a hand in all 3 outs. Big double play ball after the walk. Roark settling in. His teammates have him on top.
show from Noah Syndergaard, didn't he? Didn't let the crowd get involved here at Citi Field last night. They were ready to rock on a Friday night, but didn't have a whole lot to cheer about. But 5 strikeouts, just a couple of walks, gave up 3 hits in 6 innings of stellar work. And I talked to him today about his batting. He said he had never seen an 89, 90 mile an hour slider in his life. But he was on the fastball, and he's going to get his first big league hit too sometime soon. But last night, A.J. Cole on point.
66 of those 98 pitches were strikes. Top of the second, here's Ryan Zimmerman up there hacking. Ryan got a couple of ABs last night after coming in on a double switch. Not able to make contact either time, so the Nats would love to see Ryan Zimmerman get some things going here. Espinosa next. Strike call, and Ryan was surprised.
That was down.
You have to swing at the next pitch if it's anywhere near the outer half or the outside edge.
Probably not the best time to bring it up in an 0-2 count, but I feel like he's got a run in him. I really do. He's a streaky hitter. He's going through a rough time right now, but I'm sticking to it. He's got one more run left in him this year.
He rifles one to right. Not bothered by the 0-2 count. The fact he had to go out fishing for one to foul it off. It's a great AB by Ryan Zimmerman.
And I'm saying that not just because I like the guy a lot. I'm saying it because I've been around him every day for 6 years, and he's one of the best hitters I've ever been around on a daily basis. And you just don't forget how to hit overnight. He's having a tough year. He's going through the injury thing like he has his whole career, but he can hit. And I think once he starts remembering that he can hit, and he's one of the best hitters in RBI situations, you're going to see what you just saw right there. That's a good sign going to right. He just got to remember it.
There's Danny Espinosa. That ball almost got him. Then a pick on the backhand side by Travis d'Arnaud. First inning, 17 pitches, 10 strikes for Gesellman. With Turner and Worth swinging early, might have expected more pitches against 6 batters, but the Nats were trying to be aggressive, and they got a run in that first inning on a couple of hits, a walk, and a sac fly.
Can't stop looking at his picture on the scoreboard with the beard here. I mean, everything's bigger than life in New York, but this thing is just, I mean, it's just hovering over us. There's a small family living in that thing.
That would be a great picture for Times Square.
There's cabs inside of that beard. Look at that. I couldn't hit if that was me.
Crowd in stunned silence. Espinosa is going to take a strike. So Gesellman pounding him inside and then getting one out over the plate. Mercedes-Benz tracks his first strikeout.
And just a little swing back Tanner Roark type fastball came back and got the plate.
Showing bunt, strike call.
Boy, Reyes is out of control on his charge from third. If he pulls back and hits anything to the left side, it's a base hit. And that was a safety blitz. By the way, doesn't it feel like fall today?
It did. Standing down the field during batting practice, the breeze, the noise from the Jets, big crowd, a lot of people hanging out on the field.
Tried it.
No balls and 2 strikes. Squaring again on 0-2, but swinging, and he can't get to it. Ball breaking down and away from him, 2 outs.
Oh, speaking of fall, how about a college rivalry? That'll get you going. Terps and Hoyas, Tuesday, September 13th is college rivalry day. With the purchase of the special ticket, you can enjoy pregame activities and get a reusable Nats acrylic cup in Maryland or Georgetown colors. The Mets will be in town, 7:05 start. Visit nationals.com/college rivalry day for tickets.
The Bulldogs a little more eager to go than the Terp is. Trey Turner, fly ball, swinging early in the count again. Curtis Granderson is under it. That's it for the Nationals in the top of the second. But 4 base runners already in a 1-0 game. Brought to you by T-Mobile. Gary Sanchez of the Yankees keeps making news, and now he is their version of Rookie of the Month. Turner here. Sanchez, American League. Well done by the young Yankee. Madison Bumgarner beat the Cubs. That was big for the Giants because there's a pretty hot wild card race going on in the National League. And Clayton Kershaw, Rancho Cucamonga, about an hour east of LA. He'll be out there in the Inland Empire area to pitch a rehab start tonight.
So remember last time the Nats were here, Tanner Roark came out of the bullpen on July 10th, right before the All-Star break, and he was money. And as you dig through your stats, I'll just sit here and stall. But it was his only relief appearance of the year, and it's something he did in 2015, and only once in 2016.
Yeah, Gio went 5 2/3. Roark pitched parts of 3 innings in that game. Couple of strikeouts, nothing else. Nailed down a win for Gio with Jonathan Papelbon at that time, getting his 19th save, a 3-2 Nats win.
I vaguely remember thinking that Dusty might let him finish that game. I think he eventually went to Papelbon.
You might remember the Nets had won the first game of that series and trailed the Nationals by just 3 games. Washington stormed back to win the rest of that series, 3-1. So Roark checks in and strikes out Curtis Granderson. Wilmer Flores and Michael Conforto now, the next 2. Flores, first base last night, 0 for 2 with a walk. 2 for 8 against Tanner. So San Francisco gets a win today. St. Louis gets blasted by Cincinnati. And the Mets, the Marlins, and the Pirates are very much alive in the race for that second wild card spot.
Did you see the call in the check swing with Kipnis last night in the Marlins? One of the worst calls I've seen in baseball in a long time. Kipnis took a full swing in a 3-2 count. They threw out the runner. It would have been ending, strike him out, throw him out.
Right.
They called it ball 4, and then the Indians ended up scoring a bunch of runs, and the Marlins lost. But it was a full swing, and they said he didn't go.
Even on the appeal, huh? Because you could understand maybe catchers in front of the home plate umpire. On an appeal, come on.
It's horrible.
So there it is, the wild card race. St. Louis in line for that second spot. For the Mets, only a game and a half. Pirates, Marlins, Rockies on the fringe. And a drive to right. Bryce Harper right there. It's just hard for me to consider a ball club under 500 a wild card contender, but you never know.
That's why they call it wild, Bob. And you want to have a wild time at the ballpark for just $75. You get a Nats pass. It's the newest way to enjoy Nats baseball. Catch all 15 home games in September in standing room areas of Nats Park. $75. So Braves, Phillies, Mets, Diamondbacks, Marlins all coming to town. Visit nationals.com/NatsPass for all the details.
Yeah, the Nationals only have 2 series left against teams outside the division. That one with Arizona at home, and the last road trip ends at Pittsburgh. There's Michael Conforto hitting .219. Been a rough year for him. He had a really good postseason for the Mets, and they had high hopes. Hitting .217 here in his own ballpark. 5 hits, a couple of homers in the World Series last year. So Tanner has fallen behind a number of hitters here. But he got the double play ball in the first. First 2 retired here in the second. It's now 3-1. Speaking of the Marlins, Jose Fernandez for them at Cleveland tonight. They scored 3 in the first, and then Fernandez turned around and gave up 2. Two. In the air to left, in the corner, well hit, Worth back. He's going to have it go off the wall right behind him. Jason recovers well and holds Conforto to a double. That ball just kept running away from Jason Worth.
And 19th double of the year for Conforto, and Worth gave it a pretty good effort. This ball sliced it away from him, fastball up, and he just drops the barrel on it basically. And watch Worth, he looks like he has a beat on this, and I thought he was going to make an amazing play, but maybe the wall, the glove all approaching at the same time, and maybe he just overran it a hair, but good hustle to hold him to just a double.
Yeah, you saw the orange line. That ball within a foot or 2 of being a home run.
And my first thought, up 10.5 games, is don't mess with the wall.
That's a good thought. Here's Travis d'Arnaud. Slider outside.
It's hard to tell players to change the way they always play.
d'Arnaud's been beat up all year. Had a good August though, hit .282. Two and 0. That fastball's got some decent run to it tonight. driven to right, but Bryce Harper right there. So Tanner Roark not exactly dominating with first pitch strikes. But all that matters is the scoreboard. And as the U.S. Open Tennis Championships go on next door, we're after 2 here in Flushing.
Murphy's unique offensive approach obviously made an impact on the Mets in the postseason last year and down the stretch, but it's also in some ways making an impact on the Mets roster this year. Kelly Johnson, one of the Mets infielders, recently went to the Mets coaches about a month ago. He said, I want to do what Murph's doing. And so what they've done, they watched film of Daniel Murphy, and they've moved Kelly Johnson closer to the plate than he's ever been in his entire career. He's also adjusted his BP. Like Murphy, he's not trying to hit the ball up the middle and the other way anymore. He's trying to pull the ball with authority, and it's really working for him. 5 homers over the last month for Kelly Johnson after he had just 4 prior to August 4th all year. So Daniel Murphy, everybody wanting to be like Murph these days, guys. It's a unique approach. It's worked for him. It's working for Kelly Johnson.
Yeah, can't blame any of them. So thanks, Dan, with our Coons.com sideline report. Over 2 million vehicles sold and counting.
Well, you make the outside pitch middle, you make the middle pitch in, and if you can still get to the inside half of the plate, which is the big if for hitters when you stand on the plate, then you can do it. As they see you stand on the plate, they're going to bust you in. You just have to be able to get to that fastball, and Murph has.
Now we see him hitting hits of every variety this year. Worth will pull it hard. A couple of hops. Jose Reyes to his left. First down, 3rd inning. All right, what's Murphy thinking about this time up there?
Well, he hit the ball the other way. So maybe he's thinking about turning the fan on right here and doing some damage to the pull side.
5 plate appearances in this series. On base 3 times. And by the way, when Murphy singled in the first inning, it gave him a 15-game hitting streak against the Mets this year. He's had at least 1 hit every time these teams have played. Only thing he hasn't done this week is drive in a bunch of runs to get to 100, but he's still sitting at 98. But look at that damage against one ball club, his old ball club. Way inside, breaking ball right past his knee. Counts even 1-1.
I mean, is that like every player's fantasy to get back at the team that didn't sign you like that? I mean, that's what you dream about as a player when a team says, we're going to go in a different direction. Okay. Watch me do this to you all year. That's what a lot of players want to do, Carp. It's not that easy. You try too hard, you usually go the other way and play horrible against your old team.
They're devastated. 1-2 with 1 out. Well, you might say both teams went in different directions, didn't they? The Nats from second to first, and the Mets vice versa. 27 games left for Washington after tonight.
Going in.
And Murphy inside out to left. Cespedes, plenty of room. 2 outs here in the third with Harper coming up.
Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one on this Saturday night, look forward to Miller time later in the ball game. That's brought to you by Miller Lite. They're booing the promo.
Well, I'm glad they're booing because we wouldn't know they were here if they weren't. Big crowd though. They had over 32,000 here last night, more tonight. Harper a walk, loaded the bases first time up. He took what the game gave him. As many walks as Joey Votto, 1 fewer than Paul Goldschmidt coming into the day.
His feet are so slow right now. His lower half is 2015 calm, which for those of you that don't know leads to better vision, better sight of the ball, and a quicker upper half when he decides to swing. And most importantly, it gives you balance.
Duo pitch. Another long count to Bryce Harper.
And if you wonder why, you know, he didn't do that all years, there's probably a lot of pressure that comes with being an MVP. And with Bryce's personality type, he wants to be MVPer the next year. I'm going to have an even better season.
Harper up the middle, and that's a base hit. He's on for the second time. Bryce Harper now has been on base in this series 4 times. Plus, he's driven in a run with a sac fly.
And don't forget, he's been banged up too, so maybe all of it's coming together at the perfect time for the Nats and Bryce Harper. Another base hit. Let's see if he goes for 20-20 right here.
19 steals in 26 attempts. Line drive hitter in there, and Rendon, who moves the ball around the ballpark.
2 outs. This is the perfect time. Ooh, he was going. And Rivera throws much better than Darno.
Bryce swiped one. Third base in the 4th inning last night. Long look. He started, then stopped. And Rendon out of play right side.
Didn't get his A jump. Shut it down. He's still putting stuff. He's been putting stuff on his hands for 5 minutes now.
Top of the third, 1-0 Washington. That's about hit the Mets 4-1.
Lean there too. It's a feature. He's got a black batting glove on his right hand. And a wrist protector on his left. A batting glove in his left hand.
Harper running. And a ground ball to short. Backhand by Cabrera. He gets Rendon on a close play. The Nats strand their fourth base runner. They've had at least one hit in every inning against Robert Gsellman. Supposed to work after watching that.
They have good food here.
They do.
They have real good food here. I walked around last time we were in town, and the kids were here, and we tried everything before the game. They do it right.
Loney, Gsellman, and Reyes. We'll check in and see how long that cone is around.
Although the whole food and the helmet thing that goes on your head, that grosses me out every time.
Do the food first.
You're supposed to put that on your head, not as a bowl.
Doing a lot of business. Loney at 258. To the right side. Murphy off to the side. Plants in to Ryan Zimmerman. So Tanner Roark gets his second consecutive first batter out. Gsellman coming up as we move into the 8 o'clock hour here at Citi Field. 1-0 Nationals on an Anthony Rendon bases loaded sacrifice fly. Mets only hit opposite field double last inning by Michael Conforto. And Tanner Roark pitching well. Facing the rookie who's 0 for 2 with a couple of sacrifices as a big league hitter. Gsellman, born in Santa Monica, California, 23 years of age. Westchester High School in LA. Tried to bunt his way aboard with 2 strikes, and he bunts into a strikeout. Roark's second. So that's $37 more to the children in at the National Institutes of Health. Toyota case for kids. Washington area Toyota dealers helping kids and their families with that donation. The Nats. Thousands of dollars thanks to strikeouts this year. Top of the order, it's Jose Reyes. Check swing, strike one. First time through the order. The Mets go 1 for 8 with a walk to Reyes. Might recall that Tanner walked Reyes, fell behind Cabrera 3-0 Got the count back reasonable and then got the double play ball.
This ends up 1-0. That could be your Miller moment.
Reyes flipping one out of play left side. Two-two pitch. Breaking ball. Popped up and over the screen. Three and two. So Reyes walked for the second time. As Drupal Cabrera next.
Six home runs in his last 8 games. He's on fire, batting .435 since coming off the DL on August 19th. 20 for his last 46.
Modified shift on with Anthony Rendon staying home left side of the infield.
A little tardy on the time call.
Very late. No pitch.
See if they throw the same pitch.
And Cabrera takes it the other way. It's going to hit the tarp. Worth charging. And Reyes to third base. So Jose Reyes claiming there was contact with Rendon.
Yeah, I was watching the ball down the line. I didn't see it, but the crowd's going crazy right now. I think there was a collision between Reyes and maybe Danny Espinosa. And Gary Cederstrom puts the runners where he thinks they were going to be if there wasn't a collision. So Jason Worth plays this real nice. Look at him sprinting to keep Reyes at third base, and I don't know what happened behind it. They're going to show us right now. Yeah, that's
incidental.
That's nothing. He almost initiated that.
First base open, 2 outs, 2 on. 1-run game. It's Roark and Cespedes as the walk to Reyes has led to problems here in the third.
Well, you got 221 on deck in Curtis Granderson, even though he's a lefty. He's hit 22 home runs this year. He's driven in 38.
Yeah.
That's not a misprint. 22 home runs for Granderson, 38 RBI. So that's telling me he has trouble with runners in scoring position. I don't care if he's left-handed or right-handed. I think that's why Mike Maddox is talking to Tanner Roark right now.
Well, I happened to glance at those numbers a little earlier. Curtis Granderson this year is hitting .116 with runners in scoring position. 1-1-6, 10 for 86. Him being in the cleanup spot caused me to take a look at that.
It's the lowest RBI total with any major leaguer that's ever hit 22 home runs.
Fastball away, slider away, slider away. We'll see if that's what the Nats do here. See if Cespedes gets himself out.
And it doesn't mean that Granderson's an out on deck. He could hit one in the gap. It's just saying, you know, the numbers don't lie, basically.
Away again. Fastball, slider. You're going to go ahead and put him on now. Why not? Give it 2 pitches. If he doesn't get himself out, walk him.
And I think when you look at the Mets lineup right now, you make anybody else beat you besides the guy they're walking.
Agreed.
No offense to Curtis Granderson.
Granderson on a pitch breaking in the dirt, struck out first time up. Against Tanner Roark, career 6 for 21. That's a base hit. The Mets will take the lead as Granderson drives in 2.
Well, you have to think he took that personal, and it's still the right move, even though it didn't work. It's absolutely the right move. And he stays on that curveball from Tanner Roark. It just threads the needle on the shift. Look at this. The only place he could hit it and get it through makes it a 2-1 game.
RBI total to 40 now for Granderson. Here's Wilmer Flores. He hit the ball hard first time, lining out to Bryce Harper. And that ball out to left center, but Trey Turner is tracking it, and he's right there to grab it. So the Mets pick up a couple. Early innings are over to the 4th with Ramos leading off. Nationals baseball brought to you by the RAV4 Hybrid. All-wheel drive and unexpected performance. Visit buyatoyota.com today. Masson chopper hovering over New York City. And a little line drive that seemed to hover until it found the right place to put the Mets on top. Off the bat of Curtis Granderson. Ramos, Zimmerman, Espinosa, top of the 4th. Ramos saw a fastball up and in first time, had to really get off the plate on a 0-1 pitch. Then later he popped up and the pitcher caught it. Gesellman first 3 innings, 30 strikes, 44 pitches total. Left side, he's kept Ramos to soft contact twice, and a horrible throw by Jose Reyes makes Wilson Ramos safe. 4th error by Reyes, and not even close to the target.
Well, you don't see this very often. He just slings this ball. Maybe he took a look at Wilson Ramos to see where he was, but the flip throw just gets away, and then Wilson, I don't even know if we can show this, as he just goes flying by so fast you can't even see him. Look at that.
Davey Lopes was ducking that throw.
Sometimes you just can't catch speed on cameras. You catch 130 games.
Well, that's a gift. And the tying runs on base. Ryan Zimmerman, great at bat first time, 0-2 pitch. One of them a bad call. He fouled the pitch off, lunging to reach it, and then lined a hard single to right. Nissan will track that one.
I bet the 1-0 fastball got the off speed. He was all in on a heater, and then turned out to be a slider.
That's the way he was pitched first time. Darno wants it down and away, it appears. Zimmerman gets to it, and he's 2 for 2. So maybe they have to come to him next time, and we'll see what happens. So a gift and a hit. 2 on, nobody out.
Oh, that's a beautiful piece of hit with 2 strikes. Just put the ball in play. Good things happen, and it was a slider festival up there. He kind of had an idea he was going to get another one. He just taps it through the hole created by the error. Nicely done. Ryan Zimmerman 2 for 2. Clean shaven Ryan Zimmerman 2 for 2.
Well, he had 3 hits the first night he came back in Atlanta. Danny Espinosa struck out looking first time. Gesellman dropped a couple of breaking balls off the plate, a fastball inside as well, and then he got him with a run back to get him looking. And that's low.
Yeah, they didn't leave the A off his last name. That's how you pronounce it, Gesellman. It looks like G. Selman. Here it is. Like to buy an A.
Strike call. Pitcher on deck, 4th inning.
He's crushing that mound, isn't he? same way.
Swing and a miss. Huge first out for the Mets with the pitcher coming up. Danny Espinosa twice, and that's his third of the night. Tanner took a couple of swings up there first time. That was with a runner at first. Zimmerman, one out. Now it's first and second, one out.
Boy, it's got to be a good bunt to get Wilson to third. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries the same thing here. But if you bunt it hard to Jose Reyes, that's the guy you want to test after the error right here. Make him throw it to first.
Roar gets it to the left side. A play at third. They get the force. Well played by Gazelman to Reyes on a 1-5 fielder's choice.
That's a nice play by Jose Reyes. Gazelman spun and threw this about 800 miles an hour, and you were thinking this is going down the left field line. Watch this. Reyes with good reactions on the throw that was extremely firm. Lost his balance and fired a seed right at his belt buckle. And that ball looked like it was trying to get out of his glove.
Trey Turner 0 for 2, ground ball to second, fly ball to right. He's only seen 3 or 4 pitches early in the game here, and the breaking ball drops in for a strike. Now Ryan Zimmerman looking around, checking the infielders around him. Let's have some good arms in the outfield. Inside the Numbers brought to you by PNC Bank. Since the break, first in at bats, hits average, scoring and stealing. A remarkable second half. Now the battle begins. It's 0-2.
Well, you know you're having success when other coaches from the team you're playing come up and say, boy, that Turner's some kind of player. You know, guys that have been doing it their whole lives, baseball lifers, really admiring the guy on the other side. It happens all the time.
Was a changeup up and in 85.
So based on what we've seen all year, where would you guess this next pitch is going?
Low and away. Breaking ball, probably.
That's what I'm saying too.
He got it down. The play is at second. So the Nats got that error, but couldn't do anything with it after the Zimmerman base hit. Middle of the fourth, the Mets still on top. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of the Washington Nationals.
See those planes flying by all fast?
They take off really fast.
They're going way too fast. 2-1 Mets as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Join us for our Budweiser music party on Monday, September 5th at Nats Park, 1:30 to 3:30. There's going to be music from Joe Backman and the Tailgaters, a mechanical bull, a roping contest, all kinds of neat stuff. Tickets start at $20. Includes tickets to Nats Braves game, concert admission, and one Budweiser Bud Lighter soda. Visit nationals.com/budmusic for tickets and details.
Tanner Roark trying to get this thing settled down. 53 pitches in 3 innings. That's high for him. Michael Conforto leads off bottom 4. He doubled off the left field wall. First time up.
Fastball up and away. Let's see if they try him in here.
Off speed, the first one. Nine-year-old Tanner Roark looking for his 41st big league win here tonight. 76th career start. Three shakes. Some of those pitches missing by wide margins. Very unusual. That's his 3rd non-intentional walk. Our next 5 ball games. We will not be with you tomorrow night. It'll be the ESPN Sunday night game when the Mets and the Nats get together. Reynaldo Lopez and Seth Lugo. WUSA 9 joins us. Don't forget, if you're coming to the ballpark or tuning in 4 o'clock Monday. Night games against the Braves. Max Scherzer will start Monday, so a treat for the home fans. Instead of watching him on TV, a chance to see him live and in person Monday.
Well, he'll be live and in person on Monday. I don't know about the rest of the guys.
After a Sunday night game, then travel. The Mets have a 1 o'clock game in Cincinnati on Monday.
They have it even worse. That's just wrong.
Oh. 0-2 to Travis d'Arnaud. And Travis gets a piece of that one, and he'll check in with Wilson Ramos, his counterpart, as he got a piece of our catcher.
See, nights like tonight for Tanner Roark are all about your makeup more than your stuff. In 33 starts during the year, you're going to have nights where your command isn't perfect. It's not coming out. Your slider's not as crisp as you'd like it. But that's where all the other stuff comes in, where you just fight and compete.
1-2. He'd love the ground ball. Is that a swing? No. And the runner Conforto did not make a move towards second. Count goes to 2-2. No harm done.
Let's try and swing in the slider in the left-handed batter's box. I have to try to throw that again. Just a little bit closer.
Already one inning tonight with a leadoff walk erased by a double play. Hot shot, Rendon. He saw the runner approaching second, decided not to throw, and maybe a good decision. Outstanding play by Anthony to get d'Arnaud at first.
Oh, you know how much arm strength it takes to go the long way right there out of a spin move with no momentum behind the baseball? Watch the glove work by Anthony Rendon. Into a slide, check second, then flat-footed sidearm slings it across the infield to get Travis d'Arnaud, who can run. Beautiful play by Anthony Rendon.
Number 8 hitter James Loney bounced out to Murphy first time. Towering fly ball out of play. Only 7 years with the Dodgers. 3 with Tampa Bay. Hit .280 down there last year. San Diego signed him as a free agent, traded him to the Mets at the end of May. Strike call, a good heater. Down around the knees.
Hasn't leaned down that run back fastball to lefties a whole lot tonight. That was a good one.
Former Nat watching Cabrera in the middle of another rally tonight with his 3rd inning double. 1-2, 1 out, and a look towards second.
You know, you look good with that hairdo. Good. Seriously, think about dyeing your hair blonde like that.
Mine's going to get white all on its own. Why would I want to do? Why do ball players want to look 30 years older than they really are? I don't have time for the maintenance. Out of play, left side.
I'm serious, you could pull it off.
Go get a tan, you can call me George Hamilton.
That'd be super creepy.
1-2.
He likes to do that run back fastball. See, that wasn't to keep him close. That was trying to find another out somewhere else besides the batter's box. I like it. Got a big lead. Huge lead.
That's a good piece of jammage right there. Danny Espinosa has it for the 2nd out.
That was a really wonderful piece of damage. Walking up to Billy Squire. I googled Billy Squire after his first at bat. He looks like him. He does.
I think he's going for a gum contract. Struck out swinging first time. I mean, that ball was thrown away, and Wilson Ramos made a fantastic pick on the backhand side.
They showed bunt right here, trying to lay one down with the runner on second. You don't see that very often. Nice backhand stop by Wilson.
One with 2 outs. A little bit outside. So the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Two. Bunting, and it'll go foul, and the inning is over.
And the only thing I can think of, he's had some sort of injury. He didn't want to swing right there, but that was odd.
Tanner Roark will take it as he chats with the umpire, Eric Cooper. So here's a Bank of America alert for you. Bryce Harper going well lately, and tonight a walk and a base hit. Top of the 5th, straight ahead. Bryce's numbers since the middle of August over a 20-game period. So look out, the Mets' 2-1 lead could be in jeopardy. Some super nachos. We got the beef, got the beans, probably some cheese to follow.
That's a gut bomb times 10.
Helmet
Oh
queso.
my goodness.
That will feed the whole row.
That's an angioplasty platter.
Top of the 5th inning, and Nats Plus memberships for next year on sale now. Secure your postseason tickets this year. Guarantee access to the 2018 All-Star Game. Enjoy exclusive experiences, rewards, and access that membership provides. Call 202-675-NATS or visit nationals.com/Nats Plus and join us.
Oh my goodness. Do you think they just did that because the camera was on? Like, we're just going to put everything in this helmet?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
That looked like about an 8.5 size batting helmet there. Here's Jason Worth, 1 for 2. Single and a run scored. 1 ball, 1 strike. Got something to pull. It's right over the bag. Reyes picks it, and this throw is perfect. Guys throw so much better when they have to be fast, don't they?
Yeah, you don't think about it. Just to the backhand side. And You know, as an infielder, when you make a throwing error, you want another chance quick. You don't want to think about it for 2 or 3 innings and then all of a sudden get, you know, another one with the game on the line.
Murphy, base hit the other way, fly ball to left on an inside out swing when he got jammed by Robert Gsellman back in the 3rd.
It's 36 hits to get to 200.
27 games left after tonight. Got to have 3 hits every 2 games, basically.
And play.
Gene Segura 167 going into tonight. Murphy 163, Prado of Miami 163, and Daniel gets under that one. Left center, Cespedes made the first call, and then Conforto takes it. Put out to the number 8 outfielder, 2 outs. Cespedes, of course, in his career has played a lot of center field.
That's the last guy I want to run into out there is Cespedes. He's like a fire hydrant. A real big one. And just gets out of the way at the last second. He's calling it. Sometimes you can't hear it though when it gets real loud.
Harper, a walk and a base hit. Out of play the other way.
The thing he's doing with his back elbow lately, I think it's just to kind of relax his grip on the bat and maybe keep his elbow closer to his body. Just kind of a relaxation rhythm thing he's been doing lately. See, it's kind of a modified Joe Morgan, a relaxed Joe Morgan, if you will.
1-1. Count's even, 1-1.
Maybe he got it from the guy hitting in front of him.
One-run game, 2-1 pitch.
It could be a trigger too to throw his top hand. He's a big top hand guy. He likes to fire that top hand to the baseball. That's where he gets a lot of his pop. And it could be something just to remind you to fire that top hand by keeping it moving. Just noticed it yesterday. I'll have to ask him.
Bryce Harper's on for the 3rd time. 2 walks tonight, 95 on the year.
Well, now's even a more perfect time for your 20th stolen base. Down by 1, top of the 5th, 2 outs, getting scoring position for Anthony Rendon.
Rendon sac fly to center, ground ball to short. With Bryce running back in the 3rd.
Still doesn't have everything on over there. Look.
Guys with gear. First base, left field.
You got to be careful if you're Gazelman right now not to worry so much about Bryce Harper, because you got a real dangerous hitter in the box right now. Top of the zone.
On deck, Wilson Ramos. Nets have 5 hits. They've stranded 6 runners already. Harper, and they got him. He was leaning and couldn't come back. 1-3-4 on the pickoff. And that's it for the Nationals in the top of the 5th inning.
Tip off the steal. Bryce Harper sometimes get into launch mode over at first base. Watch him start to get a little bit lower. He starts to sink into it. That means he's ready to launch and go. Go ahead and roll it, guys. You know, and this late in the season, your own division, watch him get lower, 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 lower. He's showing the Mets that he's ready to rock and roll. And this late in the season, your own division, when you've played a team 15 times, they know your tendencies at first. So that's good scouting. They knew he was thinking about going. He tipped it off basically that he was going to run, and they picked him off.
Well done, sir. All right, Tanner Roark needs to get Jose Reyes out, or at least make him earn his way aboard. 2 walks, one of those led to a run, or 2 back in the 3rd. One and one. Reyes, Cabrera, Cespedes. That ball's driven to left center. Long run for Worth, and Jason will get there. Reyes hit that ball about 360 the other way.
Nice route by Jason Worth, and on the road and a loud ballpark, you have to call for it with your glove. Watch Jason Worth call for it. That's an I got it. And as the off outfielder, that's all you're looking for, is some sort of signal, because you can't hear him say I got it.
has Drupal Cabrera tonight. Double play ball and the opposite field double in the third that set up their 2-run inning after the Reyes 2-out walk. So despite all the speed bumps for Tanner tonight, very much in the ball game, 2-1 fifth inning. And Cabrera will just line it right at Anthony Rendon, 2 outs. Cespedes is next.
There's a walk-up song, Circle of Life. There's Simba. There's Simba. You can't make this stuff up. I think it's kind of cool.
Tanner Roark, one time tonight, has faced 3 batters in an inning. That was the first, helped out by the double play.
Where do you get a t-shirt with a big lion head on it? The lion head t-shirt store?
Bronx Zoo,
maybe? Times Square, maybe?
Look at the run back on that heater. Maybe the best of the night. Perfectly located, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And now you can make him swing at something in the dirt. I mean, he likes the low ball, so if you bounce it, you got to make it bounce. But you can expand here with this guy. He'll go with you on a slider or anything in the dirt. Just got to get it down there.
Yeah, that one never a strike. Challenge fastball, fouled off to the right.
He did not get cheated with 2 strikes. Just shortening up, trying to put it in play. Or trying to hit the 7 train.
Two, high in the air, out of play to the right.
He makes me flinch every time he swings. Can't imagine standing 60 feet 6 inches away from him.
And some of the sounds you might hear from there. So Nissan on the pitch track. 3 of the 6 pitches in that same spot, outer half. This one elevated, out of play again.
He's in swing mode. You might be able to expand up here instead of down. Just over the top of that 7, maybe a little higher. And they're going down.
Showing restraint, and he's worked the count full.
Huge pitch.
Tapper, base hit. Cespedes aboard with 2 outs for Granderson.
And the guy in the Lion t-shirt goes crazy. And he kept him in the yard.
Granderson, the big hit of the game for the Mets 2 innings ago after they walked Cespedes, loading the bases to get to him. Great pitch. Changeup just diving down and away.
They got hit on the curveball last time up for the damage in this game with the bases loaded. That's a changeup and a beauty. Normally you'd think front hit fastball right here, but they might try that change again.
Yeah, it was the front hipper, but it stayed in. Counts even, 2-2. Bottom of the 5th. Matt Belisle doing some stretching. A lot of long innings. Boy, look at that ledger. Double play ball saved the first inning in terms of length. No way to hit that ball fair. Granderson has to go get a new bat. Long battle with Cespedes. He got the little topper for a hit. And now another battle with this left-handed batter who will hit it up the middle. Danny Espinosa right there and over to Rendon for the force at second.
Nice play.
Tanner Roark hanging in there on a night when it's not all going well. 2-1 ball game. Couple of strange occurrences during the ball game, but a long way to go. 4 innings worth. The Nats have had hits in every inning except last inning. Bryce has been on 3 times. Worth, Murphy, first inning hits. Rendon, the sac fly. Ryan Zimmerman 2 for 2. Rendon was in the batter's box when Harper got picked off, ending the 5th inning.
Zellman doing a nice job. He's the 9th starter the Mets have used this year.
That ball is cranked in the left field corner, and a fair ball. Anthony got all of that one. So the doubles keep on coming. Started the night 5th in the league with 34, and you can add another one.
th double since the All-Star break. That's the most in Major League Baseball. Look at him digging that curveball out. You don't know he would have gotten that pitch if Bryce was on first or second. So you can't play that game, I don't think. Another double for Tony Two Bags. And Wilson Ramos can at least try to get him to third.
Ramos, a pop up to the pitcher, ground ball to third that Reyes threw away. So they've been jamming him. I think he loves to extend and drive it the other way. Up in the zone, counts even, 1-1.
Slider. He's looking for something he can drive the other way. You know, if they had a Buffalo shirt like that guy's line shirt, I'd wear it. Just a full Buffalo head shirt.
Some of the guys wearing t-shirts around the clubhouse saying Tanner Roark for Gold Glove.
I'll wear that shirt. His main competition is Jacob deGrom, who was a shortstop in college.
1-2 now to Ramos. Was driven in 72 runs. They jam him again, and it's ball 2. Long ball game. Started at 7-11. We're into the 9 o'clock hour just now, moving into the 6th inning with the Rendon double. Nationals have out hit the Mets 6-4 trail 2-1.
Both pitchers work at a decent rate. They just Tanner's used to throwing more strikes than he's thrown tonight. Still battling, obviously keeping his club in this ball game. I think Zellman maybe trying to be too fine with 2 strikes at times.
Ramos takes the walk. 2 on, nobody out.
How about some Geico highlights and the new guy, the youngster? Lost about 10 years off his face when he shaved his beard, and he got a couple of hits. First time up, an 0-2 pitch, drills it to right. And then second time up, got a slider down the way, and in protect mode, just tapped it right here for his second hit of the night. So 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance, and if you shave your beard, you get 2 hits. Maybe 3, we'll see.
Dan Worthen, pitching coach, all the infield gathered around. Bullpen gets busy. Josh Smoker, remember him? Nats drafted him years ago. Jim Henderson, the right-hander.
So 2 hits to right. You're a veteran hitter. Thinking about a game plan right here. Maybe they try you in.
Had that thought when I saw that ball rolling into right field last time. Danny Espinosa on deck. Tying runs, second base, nobody out. Even though he's batting 7th, maybe this is where Ryan's experience as a middle of the order guy paid to drive in runs pays off. Counts even. Barrel of the bat goes all but about the last 10 feet toward the pitching rubber. And on strike 2, Ryan Zimmerman needs a replacement.
Heads up right here. Barrel coming right back up the middle. Not that firm, but still. All right, pick a winner.
One-two pitch. There's a tapper. And right at the bag, throw tailing into Zimmerman. Loney able to grab it. Anxious moment for the Mets right there. It moves 2 runners up for Danny Espinosa.
A good hustle by Ryan Zimmerman here, and it's not what he was thinking about in the on-deck circle, but it's a productive out. So now the tie-in run at 3rd with 1 out, the go-ahead run at 2nd with 1 out. And wheels are going to turn right here. You walk Danny Espinosa to get to the pitcher, and do you pinch hit for Tanner Roark? I think yes and yes. We'll see what they do.
Their starter has struck out Danny twice tonight. There's Matt Belisle. No longer just stretching, but throwing in earnest.
You got a ground ball pitcher. You set up the double play. You also get Tanner Roark out of the game, which I think is huge if you're Terry Collins, but see how it goes. Danny twice on that comeback sinker, so that's probably what Collins is thinking.
Danny 2 for his last 14, couple of Ks tonight. Got to have contact here.
Got it. So 2 times he's thrown that sinker right at Danny Espinosa with 2 strikes, and he has to be thinking about that pitch as you look at the bench getting loose.
Everybody wants to hit.
I mean, the infield's back. A ground ball ties this game. Anywhere up the middle or to first base.
Pitch number 90 coming from the rookie.
Pepper for a run. Went to the well.
Everybody ready in case their name gets called.
You have to be. Sometimes Dusty doesn't even know what he's going to do here. He just turns around and has a gut instinct and points at somebody.
Danny Espinosa just got a piece of it.
I used to go to the other end of the dugout so he couldn't see me in these situations and try to hide from Dusty.
As long as he didn't send you there.
Nope. I hope he doesn't make eye contact with me. I don't want to go up there.
One and two still with one out. Rendon at third, Ramos at second, and Danny Espinosa fouls another.
Decent numbers. Stick your nose in there, put it in play.
Mercedes-Benz with the entire at bat here. Danny Espinosa strikes out for the third time. Tanner Roark.
There's the comeback fastball one more time, and there's some confusion about who's hitting right now. Tanner Roark almost got in the batter's box, and then he's called back, and Ben Revere is going to hit. Tanner Roark not happy.
Yeah, ideal situation for him there would have been to at least get the game tied up. Then you see what happens. So he's done after 5 innings, 96 pitches, 54 strikes.
Well, he wants to compete. I understand it, but he'll be happy if Ben Revere comes through. The only thing is, it's going to be tough to score Wilson Ramos from second because everybody is real shallow with Revere hitting.
As a pinch hitter, Ben Revere 1 for 4 this year, 216 overall, 23 runs batted in. Known for contact, and the Nats again have to have it. Situations like this actually pretty good. 18 of his 23 RBIs.
You got Dusty with 3 lefties on the bench: Revere, Robinson, and Goodwin. Jose Lobaton.
Coming to their feet here. It's a ball club that's 10.5 games behind the Nats, and their fans are trying to pull their ball club through this top of the 6th inning. Up the middle, getting behind it, Flores. And the Nats can't get it done at the bottom of the order. 2-1 game it remains in the middle of the 6th. Game here at Citi Field. We go bottom 6. Nats into the bullpen. More on that in a moment. And when you have insight, you know how to handle your finances with confidence. Brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. So Lucas Giolito, no decision at Pawtucket against the Paw Sox on Friday. He goes 808 pitches. That's encouraging. No runs on a couple of hits. 5-1 the strikeout to walk total.
It's a nice way to end your AAA season.
Sure is. And now here's 36-year-old Matt Belisle making his 36th appearance for the Nats. Flores, Conforto, and d'Arnaud, bottom 6. Wilmer Flores 0 for 4 against him. And a couple of line drive outs into the outfield tonight. Jammed him, and Bryce Harper just cruising to it. Now the lefty Conforto. Mets box score. Their offense pretty much jammed into the 3rd inning. 2 men were out when Tanner Roark walked Jose Reyes. Cabrera got that ball right inside the bag for the double. The Nats walked Cespedes after going 2-0. And then Curtis Granderson just lined a soft one into right field to bring in 2. Other than that inning, Tanner only gave up 2 hits. Conforto a double opposite way, then a walk leading off the 4th.
Yeah, Belisle's done such a nice job this year for Dusty Baker. Basically the Craig Stammen of the bullpen now all of a sudden. Put him in wherever you want, ahead by 1, behind by 1. He could maybe even be your long man in a playoff scenario, in a playoff roster.
Yeah, it's kind of like an older Craig Stammen, isn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of similarities between the two. Both quality people. Check swing and a strike. Craig, of course, still part of the Cleveland organization, and in Cleveland, 7-3 Indians over the Marlins, top of the 8th inning. Pirates had a lead over Milwaukee, but they picked up 2. The Mets could be the only team, along with the Giants today, in the wild card race to win a ball game if some of those scores hold up. One-two, got him looking. Got Belisle right to the knees on the outside edge. 2 outs.
Oh, looked like Eric Cooper's looking for strikes right here. Wilson maybe even setting up off the plate. Looked like a slider cutter thing that just comes back enough to get the call.
Travis d'Arnaud 0 for 2 career against Matt. Trying to keep it 2-1. Top of the order due up in the 7th. He's a dart thrower so far.
Well, I think the Mets have to be real excited about Gazelman tonight. Robert pitched a fantastic game, or is pitching a fantastic game. We'll see if he goes back out. But when you're talking about a wild card scenario, you don't have your choice of who starts the 1-game playoff, because you have to get to that 1 game.
Sure.
So he could be the guy they send out there in a 1-game playoff against the Cardinals or the Giants if they get there. Ideally, you'd like Syndergaard, but you don't have that luxury.
Going with the heater, gets the low call. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the other catcher didn't like it. Breaking ball, waited for it, and d'Arnaud hammers it into left. First base hit tonight. Only the 5th by New York. And James Loney is next. It's Oliver Perez. Ground ball to second, pop up to short.
You got Perez getting loose, but Belial has better numbers against lefties than he does righties. He's a reverse split guy. Lefties just hitting in the hundreds off Matt.
Oh, 1 pitch with Kelly Johnson on deck. Loney 5 for 11 career against Belial. Kelly Johnson 3 for 11. 1-1 pitch had him way out in front. Ryan Zimmerman reaching over into foul ground.
Try for that backdoor cutter, same pitch he struck out Conforto on. It's a good foul ball by Loney to keep the at bat alive. Tough.
That ball hit hard, right field corner. Bryce Harper has a ways to go. d'Arnaud heading for third. Tim Tuffle sends him. Bryce throws it all the way home on a fly. It's up the line and the Mets lead 3-1.
A 12th double of the season for Loney. That was a big league at bat. Fouled off some borderline pitches, kept the at bat alive. Seriously grinding up there, and he finally got something close to him he could handle, and he scores d'Arnaud all the way from first base with 2 outs. Bryce just grabs it and lets it rip, but I don't think they had a chance at d'Arnaud really at all. It would have taken an amazing throw from down the corner in right field. So just like that, out of nowhere, 2-out rally, 3-1 Mets.
Yeah, that's happened twice tonight. The Mets have scored all their runs with 2 outs. It's our UPS store. Call to the bullpen. Together, there's nothing we can't solve. Visit the UPSstore.com for locations. Long way to go, but it's 3-1 New York now. James Loney delivers his 27th RBI. That broke up an 0 for 14 for him. And Oliver Perez, 57th appearance for the Nats, who go situational here against Kelly Johnson.
A 57th appearance for Ollie. ERA at 5.50. Opponent's hitting 257 against the Nats. Left-hander and his sinker-slider combination.
Johnson against Perez. Not very good numbers. 1 for 11. Is he closer to the plate? Dan told us earlier he wanted to be like Murph.
Looks like it. It's not the guy I'd try it on, though. And that's why.
Yep, he's going to take it off the elbow.
Did that hit him? If it did, it was just a glancing blow, and I couldn't tell.
He sold it.
Sold it. Still not seeing it. I think you might have to check that. That's reviewable. Show me that again. I don't think that hit him. Yeah, they're going to go to the headsets.
Did not see any change in rotation by the baseball.
Expo doesn't lie. Oh, slowing that down nice. Way to go. I don't know. I don't think that hit him. Is that definitive enough to overturn the hit by pitch call is the question. I didn't see his sleeve move, but it's a tight sleeve.
Now he's kind of looking for ball rotation to see if anything changed, but hard to tell.
Oh, zooming in. Anything different on this one? No, it didn't hit him. Unless I'm crazy, which could very well possibly be. I think he's sitting there going, oh, man. About to get caught.
Eric Cooper, the home plate umpire who made the call, joined by the crew chief, Gary Cedarstrom.
Guys in the truck are saying they saw the ball change a little direction. Maybe I missed it.
We've got him. Nats are out of challenges. Now it's Oliver Perez and Jose Reyes.
One last time.
How do you tell? How did he make that call? So Perez done after one pitch. And the Nats further into the bullpen with Jose Reyes straight ahead. 2 aboard, and it'll be Treinen making his 61st appearance, a new career high for him, one more than all of last year.
A 4-1 record, 2.59 ERA. Opponents hitting 226, 226, and 226 against Blake Treinen. We're talking about where it hit him. I mean, we're getting down to, like, if you shave your arms, it's not a hit by pitch, but if you don't, it is.
Jose Reyes, 1-for-1 career against Treinen. This year as a left-handed batter, 259, right-handed 366. Comebacker, and Blake has it on 1 pitch. That'll end the bottom of the 6th. Mets will add a run and lead 3-1. Our Honda duo is Trey Turner. Maybe no coincidence tonight that the Nats have 1 run in 6 innings, because he's 0 for 3. He's the engine that makes this offense go. He'll be trying to get aboard when we bring you back to New York.
The National League Rookie of the Month for the month of August. Trey Turner announced today of that honor. Trey was saying earlier today that when he came up to the big leagues a couple months ago, he expected to get a lot of fastballs, because he said seemingly everyone throws 98 up here. But it actually hasn't been that way at all for Trey. He's been getting a ton of off-speed, changeups from righties, sliders down and away. He's gotten fastballs on just 51% of the pitches he's seen this season, down from 65% in his limited big league playing time last year. And he said even in fastball counts like 3-2, he's getting lots of off-speed. But Dusty noted that most guys can hit fastballs in the majors. The off-speed stuff, he says, has sent a lot of players home. They struggle with breaking pitches. That hasn't been the case with Trey. He's been seeing lots of off-speed stuff, but still posting big offensive numbers, getting him that NL Rookie of the Month honor.
All right, thank you, Dan, with our Coons.com sideline report. 33-year-old Jim Henderson, 37th appearance out of the Mets bullpen. And Turner hits one high in the air, deep to left. Cespedes under it, and it did not have enough to leave the yard. Cool night. Ball stayed in.
Yeah, ballpark playing way bigger than the last time we were here. You remember, it was a launching pad in July, warm nights, ball was flying. Cool night here tonight. I thought he got this. That fooled me. I thought that was a homer right off the bat. Had the sound. But ball not going to left. Good route by Cespedes. Trey Turner gave it a nice bid.
Worth and Murphy here in the 7th. Jason 1 for 3. Facing Jim Henderson for the first time. .37th game, .480 ERA. 27 hits in 30 innings, 35 Ks. 3 years in Milwaukee before this. He was a closer for them with 28 saves in 2013. Injured since, limited to just 14 games the following year. Didn't pitch at all last year.
Fastball 93, slider 84 from Henderson.
Josh Smoker still up. Addison Reed now joins him. The right-hander. Smoker, you would think, with the on-deck hitter Murphy and Harper in mind.
Well, Terry Collins with an expanded roster is dangerous. I mean, he'll go one hitter, and play matchup from here on out. Oh, hey, all right. Mr. Met, Mrs. Met looking good tonight. Left the kids at home.
Worth on a pitch up, jumping all over it. 3-2.
Here's the home run swing.
Worth to center with a base hit. 2 for 4.
Tell you what, he's playing some of the best baseball I've seen him play as a Nat right now. Here comes Terry Collins to go matchup. He has to with Murph as a tie and run. He has no other choice. So big swing, 3-1, fouls it straight back and then just shortens up a little bit. 3-2 puts it in play. That's big league hitting. That's professional hitting.
Well, we never saw Josh Smoker in a Washington Nationals uniform, but in a moment we'll see him pitching for the New York Mets. 27-year-old lefty, 9th appearance coming up. Pitcher is Josh Smoker. Goes through his warm-up tosses. First rounder by the Nationals back in 2007, the 31st overall player taken out of Calhoun High School in Georgia. Nats had high hopes for him, and the odd thing was, by 5 years later, he had never made it above Potomac in the Washington organization. Now the Mets have it.
Did you see the numbers? Did you glance at what lefties are hitting? 545. So fastball slider split from Josh Smoker with 545. Here we go.
Murphy 1 for 3 tonight.
6 for 11 with 2 home runs are lefties off Josh Smoker.
And 2 of the best lefties are awaiting him here.
I think Murph thought that was outside. What does Pitts Track have to say about it?
Nissan indicates Murphy was about everything but a seam correct. Maybe a seam got the edge. When Daniel doesn't swing, it's usually not in there. He's going to swing this time and drop it into center. It's going to carry out to Conforto with a fantastic play to rob the Nats of at least first and second, one out.
Well, beautiful play by Michael Conforto, robbing Daniel Murphy. This ball is absolutely roasted. You can't pure one better than this, and it stays up just enough for Conforto to get his glove underneath it. And if that gets by him, who knows what happens? I think we might be looking at a tie game if that gets by him. And Smoker turns into a cheerleader. A little help from his friends.
Harper is next. Bryce, 2 walks around a single. So he talked about the numbers against lefties, and he didn't do anything to fool Murphy right there.
These are some big outs. You just retired at a potential MVP candidate this year and last year's MVP back to back. Beautiful play.
By the way, a lot of base runners would have been in trouble there. Jason Worth, no problem getting back to first.
Good call. It's not an easy read. Gotta find your nearest umpire for the call.
0-2 to Harper. That's right among the best when it comes to coming from behind and turning those into W's. 32 of their 79. Brought to you by Jeep.
Place getting real loud. Real loud.
Aggressive swing at that one fooled him. Ended up way outside. Time to stretch in New York. And Josh Smoker finally pitches in the big leagues against the Nats. almost homers. Murphy gets robbed, and the Nats held off the board in the 7th inning. Blake Trinan back to work after throwing 1 pitch for an out on Reyes. Takes on as Drupal Cabrera. Ball 1. Cabrera 0 for 1 against Blake. Then Cespedes, then Granderson. Bottom 7.
It's like the Mets fans almost willed that strike 3 to Bryce Harper. This place is insanely loud at times, and that might have been as loud as I've ever heard it here.
Yeah, don't tell them there's no pennant race.
They got the wild card thing going on, so they're still into it.
If history is any indication, that wild card's a pretty good way to get into the postseason, especially if you have a lot of people that have given up on you by the time you get there. For the Mets, some probably had, but they're very much in it. One ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Blake Trinan getting better and better all the time. 1 out, 7th inning.
The Peanuts are finishing their regular season at the Fitz with an extended Labor Day weekend homestand tonight through the 5th. Military jersey auction tomorrow, plus fireworks and Labor Day baseball to finish the season. Sounds good to me. Go to the website or call the number on your screen.
Look who's warming up. It's number 17, Sean Burnett. Maybe for Granderson next.
It's exciting.
So great to see him back in the big leagues.
Well, it doesn't surprise me, knowing him as a person, that he could get back here after a second Tommy John. Feels like old times having him around. It's a good thing.
One-0 pitch.
I think if you locate the 2-seamer, it's almost impossible for Cespedes to keep it fair. That.
Three 6-1 Mets, 1-7-0 Nationals, who've stranded 9 base runners now. Great pitch. No way to pull that. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
98 on the sinker. Weird, he swung at it like it was a changeup. He's out in front of 98. I saw Blake throw 98. It's been a while. I mean, he's been 95, 96, occasionally 97. Gets more run on his fastball at 94, 95, but if you got the heat, why not? Bring the thunder tonight. 98. Let it eat. Good slider right here.
2-2 pitch. He made an offer, stopped in plenty of time. It's final in Cleveland. Indians beat Miami 8-3. Now Rafael Martin joins Sean Burnett. Two-hopper, Danny Espinosa sets and fires right on the mark. 2 down. Comes Dusty.
Have a talk with Mike Maddox, like a last-second decision before he leaves the dugout.
Another great 3 outs registered by Blake Trinan. Dusty's going to bring Blake back to the dugout with him, and we will see Sean Burnett as a National for the first time in quite a while. For it's Labor Day in our nation's capital, Max Scherzer. Well, every time he goes out there, it's Labor Day. Nobody works harder. He's looking for number 16, trying to take that ERA down further. 238 strikeouts in 190 innings. He'll face the Braves' Matt Whistler, who is 6-11. So it'll be a 4 o'clock game. We'll get you going at 3:30 Nats Extra for a holiday special on Masson 2 Monday. Maybe some of the folks have snuck out of the tennis complex. They're headed over here. Here's Sean. First time he's pitched for the Nationals at Peace since 2012.
First time back in the big league since 2014, and obviously a big moment for him. A lot of work involved, and now he's standing on a big league mound again. And if I sound like I'm excited, I am. One of our all-time favorites back in a Nats uniform.
'70 games for Washington that year with a 2.38 ERA. 69 the year before that, and 73 back in 2010. I mean, he was the workhorse from that left side.
He had a good spring training. Just a numbers game on why he didn't make this ball club, but he was lights out in Vieira.
Judah Granderson still got that crossfire thing going.
And who knows how it goes, but if he has a good month of September, he could be a guy that's on the playoff roster. He has postseason experience. And the one thing we know about Sean is not afraid to throw strikes. They'll go right after you.
1 ball, 2 strikes, trying to end the 7th. Years of age now. Curveball a little bit low. Wilmer Flores on deck. So that may be why Martin was warming. And Burnett gives up a line drive to center, but Trey Turner right there. Welcome back, Sean Burnett. Good to have you back in the big leagues. Our friend, to the 8th we go. 3-1 Mets.
The ball game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. We're going back to the 7th inning. Josh Smoker on for the Mets. Daniel Murphy greets him with a bullet to straightaway center field, but Michael Conforto says, not on my watch. Look at him selling out, getting the glove underneath it for one of the plays of the day. Whoopee! And then Bryce Harper, with the crowd on their feet here at Citi Field, going nuts, strikes out on a slider. Some emotion from some Mets players. They're still fighting.
Yeah, play of the game right there by Conforto. That's going to go on, scored a couple there. 27-year-old Addison Reed in the 8th inning. And he will make his 65th appearance. 2.01 the ERA, 74 strikeouts in 63 innings. And you see the righties and the lefties just barely over 200. Anthony Rendon is 0 for 7 career against him with a base on balls and 3 Ks. Nats need a couple.
Yeah, fastball 92, but it's a sneaky 92. There's a lot of deception in his delivery. Slider change to complement it. You see a lot of late swings on fastballs in the low 90s because he's a crossfire guy and has some good spin rate as it gets toward home plate. Are screaming, get in the box, and he's trying to give the Mets catcher a breather after the foul ball.
Long night of baseball, plenty left. 2 innings to go as we hit the 10 o'clock hour. 3-1 New York.
I bet Sean Burnett feels like he just pitched a complete game shutout in that third base dugout.
7 pitches, 4 strikes. Rendon, double last time, leading off the 6th. Nats were never able to get him beyond 3rd. Sac fly earlier tonight, the only run. Swing and a miss on a pitch away.
Watch the drive to the pennant with MLB.TV Premium. Watch every out-of-market game live in HD on more than 400 support devices. Enjoy a free subscription to At-Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Visit MLB.TV right now.
Wilson Ramos 0 for 2, base on balls. And hitless in 4 at-bats against Addison Reed.
'93, '94, and he's just country hardballing everyone. A little cut to it late.
Target moves outside, 0-2 and over but low. Back even. Hot shot, deep short. Cabrera on the run, bounces it, and he gave a nice long hop for James Loney. 2 outs.
Long hop you're talking about by design. That wasn't a mistake by a guy that's played shortstop for a long time, as well as Asdrubal Cabrera, but the jump throw, and he knows if he gives his first baseman a nice fat hop like that, he's got plenty of time with Wilson running.
There's Ryan Zimmerman. He's only faced Addison Reed once in his career. Good looking hack on the first pitch. Ryan 2 for 3 tonight.
I don't think there's enough mounds out there. 4? You get 4 up at once?
Throw to Glover.
Look like a
Matt Grace.
schoolyard snowball fight down there.
Martine. Coach Dan Farova. Zimmerman fouls off another to the right. And Mark Melanson getting his leg work in.
13 relievers now for your Washington Nationals. Plenty of toys for Dusty Baker.
Zimmerman left side, 2 hopper. Jose Reyes, and the Nats go in order in the 8th inning. 3-1 ball game, Mets on top. MASN, brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union. Proudly serving the armed forces and their families for over 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA. By American Standard Heating and Air. It's their all-star sales event with up to $1,100 in instant rebates or 0% APR for 36 months. And by Bank of America, life's better when we're connected. Beautiful night in New York. Across the river, the Nats will have 3 more outs with which to work. In the meantime, Rafael Martin, 32-year-old right-hander, will be on for the Nats here.
Fastball, slider, 2 pitches. Fastball 89, slider 78, but the fastball plays up a tick from the 90. You see a lot of late swings. When he's locked in, it's almost like the fastball's invisible.
Wilmer Flores right off the end of the bat. One for one career against the Nats right-hander. There's that fastball. From the center field camera, almost seems to have rising action to it.
His debut in Boston against the Red Sox, and he came in and just struck out everybody.
He was. And he was challenging guys up in the zone with the Green Monster 315 feet away.
90 miles an hour past everybody.
0-2.
It's just the short arm stroke he has in his delivery. There's a lot of deception when the ball jumps.
Two pitch to short. Danny Espinosa right there. 1 out, bottom of the 8th. Martin is done. So we've seen 5 relievers, and there are 8 still available. How about 7? Mark Melancon, if the Nats might take the lead. We'll see about that later. Martin gets a batter. Back in a moment. Their 7th pitcher of the night. It'll be the 2016 Major League debut for Matt Grace. 27 years of age, 26 games last year. Won a couple of games, had 1 loss, 14 strikeouts in 17 innings last season.
Fastball, slider, change. Fastball 91. Dusty trying to use all of his Baker's dozen down there in the bullpen. He is trying to keep this a 3-1 ball game to give this club a chance. Top of the 9th.
Of course, it still is a situation where it's a save thing for the Mets. And you know who that brings into play. We'll worry about Jeurys Familia here in a couple of outs. He has blown 3 saves after that amazing perfect record run he was on. So here's Grayson Conforto. Fastball sailed up and in.
Well, Dusty doing a couple of things here, trying to keep it a 2-run game, but also trying to learn his call-ups. Talked to him yesterday in his office about that. He doesn't know any of these guys. This is his first time seeing them. So you can imagine as a manager in a pennant race-ish, you have to learn your ball club in the month of September. He hasn't been in the organization. He hasn't seen any of these guys before.
1-1 pitch. There's the hook. Hit out to left. Worth just in a couple of steps to grab it after he put the brakes on. 2 outs.
How about a pitching change?
You're just kidding. He will go lefty-righty with grace on Travis d'Arnaud, it appears.
September baseball, you gotta love it.
d'Arnaud, big base hit for them last time. 2 outs in the 6th. Solid single to left. Then Loney brought him in on that double into the right field corner. Rendon has it. Whips it over to Ryan Zimmerman. We're going to the top of the 9th inning. The Nats need a couple. It'll be 8, 9, and 1 due up. It is often an 8-inning game. That may or may not be the case tonight. We'll see how the Nats can fare against Jeurys Familia, who's just been the best closer in the National League. There's no doubt about it. He's 26. It's his 65th ball game. Been on the mound for the end of 56 games, 44 saves. He's only failed to convert 3 all year.
Yeah, fastball 96, slider 86. The split is absolutely dirty at 95 miles an hour. But yeah, he's up there with Chapman and Melanson. I think as our top 3 in the National League for sure.
Alejandro De Aza on a double switch will bat 9th and play center field. Danny Espinosa first, Clint Robinson after that, and then Trey Turner.
It's hard to bunt a high 90s fastball, but I don't recall Familia fielding his position very well. Could be wrong.
Strike call up in the zone. Byron Kerr joins Ray Knight in the studio. It's our Nats Extra Post Game presented by W.B. Mason when this one's over. Espinosa 1 for 3 career against Familia with a double and a base on balls.
Well, that's been the game plan for the Mets tonight against Danny. They've been pounding him in with that fastball, and there you see the save leaders in the National League. Yeah, I forgot to throw Jansen in there. He's money too.
1-1. Espinosa gets a hold of one that jammed him and fouled down the right field side.
Usually when Familia gets the 2 strikes, he likes to drop that split at 95. We've seen him throw it as hard as 97, 98 to Bryce Harper last year in that part. It's just like a fastball that drops off the table late at almost 100.
It down on strikes for the 4th time tonight. He'll walk away, 1 out. Next up, Clint Robinson. Robinson, 1 career at bat against Familia, ground ball out. Outside edge. Nationals have 2 hits since the 4th inning.
A lot of times down by 2, you take a strike. And the whole squad does it. Try to get the tie and run of the play, but there's certain closers where no, you don't. And why? Because they have such dirty out pitches. There's no percentage in taking a strike. You just go up there and hack like it's a 1-run game. I think Familia definitely falls into that category.
Out to short for Cabrera. 2 down. Mets have lost to the Nationals 7 of the last 8 times they've met, and they're 1 out away from changing that. But if Turner can get aboard, get that tying run in the batter's box, who knows? Trey 0 for 1 against Familia.
This is about to get super loud, and it's been loud all night.
$36,118 paid for this one.
Everybody on their feet.
Turner 0 for 4 tonight. Rare. Up in the zone, and it's 0-2. Trey Turner's bat, and the Mets have, for now, gained a split in the series. The youngster, Robert Gazelman, besting Tanner Roark. 3-1 New York. More in a moment.